good, people? Out for the daily stroll. Just checking in with y'all. Hope everything's going good. Just a lot of stuff to consider. One thing being, you were how many years old when you found out that food was poison? Yeah, you heard that right. Food is poison. Most of the things that are good for us, that nurture us, in some ways are poison. Ain't that something? So, basically, the reason why food is poison is because the body doesn't necessarily need the material from food to live. It needs the essence of what's in the food, which is usually microscopic or liquid. And then the rest it discards. The issue is if the body isn't discarding or getting rid of that food on a regular basis, it becomes toxic to our system. And in an environment where the economy depends directly upon industry versus it being several small villages, instead it being one village that relies on one particular type of exchange, we are encouraged to eat 3 meals a day, which is in direct contrast with nature and with what's necessary for us to survive. So basically, that's the reason why we're sick so much. And it's not only due to the fact that we're eating so much, it's what we're eating. You see, the quality of food is so bad nowadays that it has to be qualified as natural or organic to try and attempt to separate it from food that's just commercially grown or produced. Before the invention of modern food hybridization, because food hybridization has been going along for thousands of years, basically where you combine two different types of foods together to create something that's edible. For instance, corn in its natural state is like a pine cone almost. Looks the same, but small like a pine cone, is inedible. It had to be hybridized in order to be consumed. So a lot of the foods we eat are like that. We don't have a lot of the natural foods in their purest natural states anymore. And then you have to search for heirloom varieties. But the food that we're eating now is mostly chemicals masquerading as food. And I hate to sound so doomsdayish, because it's not what it is. We can still survive off of a macrobiotic diet, meaning eating just enough of the things we need and the things we like to survive. But that goes contrary to tradition and to what we've been programmed by society, particularly the industrial food complex, to do. We're programmed to eat all the time, constantly. The other variation as far as why we're sicker today and we need more health care today than our ancestors need is because we also have such an abundance of food. We eat all the time, and that's everywhere now. It used to be mainly here in the third world countries. You didn't have it like that, but now it's everywhere. People have access to food constantly, and the most readily thought about foods are foods that are high in refined sugars or carbohydrates. You know, it's corner stores. You know, wouldn't it be amazing if our corner stores consisted of fruit stands mostly, or snacks or foods prepared directly from fruit in a way that has an affinity with our needs nutritionally. Wouldn't that be great? But it's rarely the case. So all I'm saying is, don't expect perfection, but at the same time, it's not a death sentence. It's no doomsday. But you need to be aware of what you're consuming and how much of it you're consuming. And the biggest thing I would say in that regard to stay healthy would be consume as much water, natural water as possible, spring water. Try not to drink so much bottled water, but if that's what you have access to, do the best you can with what you got. Minimize sweet drinks to very little or no, or just on the weekends. And when you eat, make sure when you eat, you have something to counter the effects of food. Our ancestors knew food was poisonous too, because they seasoned foods with herbs. The purpose of the herb was not for flavor. That was the side result. The purpose of herbs was to counter the effect that prepared or cooked food was going to have on the body. So, if you notice, most cultures, when they cook their native foods, they have some type of vegetable or green thing to eat with it. If it's not nothing but a little piece of lettuce or something, or parsley or cilantro. So, consume herbs with your food or after you eat. Every time, every meal. Keep some cilantro on hand. Keep some parsley on hand. When you eat, consume a little bit of that. Water, and preferably if you can on a daily basis, buy you some chlorophyll and include that as well in the diet. And if you eat, move. Let me say that again. If you eat, move. It don't matter whether it's Sunday dinner or whatever. If you eat Sunday dinner out, get up, go walk around in the mall or walk the parking lot where you just ate at. Walk somewhere. Park at a shopping plaza and walk the distance of the shopping plaza. Have you some hot tea, some green tea, some mint tea. Walk the plaza. Don't eat after 8 o'clock at night, or don't eat after more than, or don't eat more than, or less rather, than 3 hours before you go to bed. Or as much close to that as possible. Don't eat carbs at night. When we go to the movie theaters, which is what we love to do, I don't skimp on my movie food. I like a Coke, and I like popcorn with lots of butter and salt, and I like a piece of chocolate. So, we usually go to the movie theater no later than like 7 o'clock. So by the time I get done, that food is out of there, or my body's settled in. And I've done some movement, if it ain't nothing but to walk the block before settling in. But just little things, not hitting the gym, none of that, little things. Little changes, moving every day, trying to eat a macrobiotic diet will help you in your journey to stay healthy and try and live a long time. Let's make the best of what we got. If you guys didn't know, I am a illustrator, a designer, and artist. And if you want to support me, you can do that by buying some of my merch. elrayart.com and Bash Store on Facebook, as well as Elray Art on Instagram, Elray Art on Facebook, elrayart.com, Elray Art on TikTok. I have a new art book that's coming out. I'm taking pre-orders for it. If you're interested in it, check my previous posts or check my Bash Store page or my Elray Art page and just DM me and say, I want a copy of the book. And I'll get you a copy out, signed and numbered, limited edition, as soon as it's ready to go. With that being said, folks, remember, keep your head up. Better times are always coming, and always mind your biz. Peace. and bless.